I just want to go. I wanted to take the liberty of going into something today. Yeah. So forgive me. This is just an opinion that I have. So in AA, there's a very important section when they talk about our actor. Yeah. And our actor couldn't be virtuous and kind, and it's still self-centeredness, and it can be vindictive and angry, still self-centeredness. And they present something that represents us but isn't us. Yeah. And they call it the actor. Everyone familiar with that segment of the book? Yeah, it was when I first came in, you have that black and white morals of good and bad. And then when I read that about the selfish self-centeredness can appear to be virtuous and kind, it was a little bit eye-opening. Yeah, when I came in. Yeah, I thought that there would just be a clear good and bad, but it's really a subjective event. Yes. So someone can be doing service, and in a way, it's a disservice. Yeah, I remember a guy I was a housemate with, where he had like 13 sponsees doing all this but stuff, but he was sort of at the same time neglecting his family, and he had like a nervous breakdown. Yeah. And he had to go into a place for a couple of weeks. Yeah, because the head was doing something with the service. Yeah. Yeah. So this actor is a way to recognize once again that what has defeated you is not you. And its appearance here, it looks like you, it talks like you, it walks like you, but it's not you. Yeah. And they give it the name the actor. Yeah. Or our actor. So we attempt to learn about the actor to get a sense of difference between us and the actor. Yeah. We don't learn about the actor to make the actor better, hopefully. We get a sort of a separation. And it's very clear in recovery, if you read some of the chapters, that while they was saying that we're the manufacturing of our own misery and we are the problem, in the next paragraph, they would say something else is what has defeated us, which is this idea of self or the actor, let's say. Yeah. So we get a good description of the actor, and it's intimate but then in that intimacy, there was a me in it. Yeah. So when the actor is described, it sure sounds like me. And then that's the beautiful part, because that's the bondage of self. Yeah. There's a me that the head presents as you, and we lose ourself and we take the head's presentation. Yeah. And therefore, we lose, instead of losing interest in the actor, we lose interest in us. And there's a huge amount of gaining interest in the actor. Yeah. And the actor is not acting for us. Yeah. It has its own drive and its own agenda. And they call it self. And they call its agenda a life run on self-will is hardly going to be a success. Yeah. So we at these talks present something every week based on the big book, page 64, of a description of the exact nature of the wrong, and that it is foreign to us. Yeah. And just try to pound it away so it becomes sort of a plank in recovery. Yeah. Because that draws a line, yeah, and puts the actor on one side of the line and you, whatever that may be, on the other side. Yeah. It gives us a distinct separation from that which has defeated us, at least maybe a guiding view of how to look at things. So suddenly now, the actor isn't trying to get sober. You're trying to get sober from the actor, so to speak. Yeah. And now you see the effects are different. Yeah. You do the same thing, the same program, but there's there are different effects. Yeah. And those effects really are the convincing of this message. Yeah. The message isn't the repeating of it, it's hearing it and then recognizing the value of it. Yeah. Because you have not been, nor will you ever be that which has defeated you. You are not that. Yeah. Yeah. So what happens is the alcoholism and that actor that represents it, you get some distance from it. Yeah. And that distance provides possibility. Yeah. And now what seemed to be completely impossible, I could never imagine being sober for 36 years. Yeah. Nowhere near it. Yeah. Because that which was imagining can't imagine it. It can only imagine itself to be in the future. Yeah. It can't imagine its absence. And being sober really is the absence of self. Yeah. It is. So when it's dreaming and this and that, it cannot capture what it's like because it's trying to see trying to imagine what it would be like if it was free. But we're free from it, you see? We're free from the bondage of self. And part of the bondage of self is trying to be free as self. And we're free from that. Yep. Now, now this is where I just listen for a second. Just yeah. The non-duality is something that, let's say in time, there's a procedure. And that procedure is the alcoholic first starts entertaining, it's not the actor, which is the base of the alcoholism. Yeah, the alcoholism has made up another you, really. It has. And it's living its life as another you. And let's call that the actor. And now you see that you're not that you. Yeah. So now there is a relief, but now there's another you. And what non-duality does is gives you distance from the second you. Yeah. So we get relief from the actor, and then there's the you, and then the you we get relief from. Yes, this is the beauty of it. Yeah. We get relief from, and then that which you thought was going to be the condition you were in when you had distance from the actor, you truly realize it in the non-duality. Yes. Because there's two actors. We don't understand. The actor that now has been objectified as that which has defeated me, the one that's saying that is part and parcel of the same actor. They split. Yeah. And now you have the actor of the as the observed, and you have your story and you talk about it, and I did this and and all the patterns, yes, of alcoholism. And then you have so that's the observed, and now you have this seemingly new observer. That's the real you, but it's not. Yeah. That's why this stuff doesn't, people go, wow, I'm sober, but it's still, what's going on? I've gotten distance from the actor, but it's not anything I thought it would be. I thought I'd be much more happier and fucking released from this bondage of the head. Yeah. So non-duality negates the second one. Yes. When the alcoholism, when whatever I am was unpeeled from alcoholism, to jump to non-duality as a drunk wouldn't have worked. No fucking way here. Yeah. First, I had to get sober and recognize the first actor. And then by recognizing that and then still having a sense of dis-ease and this and that, recognize the first actor just split like an amoeba and became the second actor. And I'm before that. Yeah. And I'm just humbly going to tell you it's great because there's not a third actor. It hasn't learned to grow three heads. It hasn't. So, yeah. And the piece that sobriety brought me to was able to stabilize by the non-duality, let's say. Yeah. So I'm not sober and still fucking crazy. I'm sober and I have been restored to sanity. Yeah. On a lot of levels. So, and of course, these meetings, Tuesday, Thursdays, we're talking about it's not making a separation because you were never that which has defeated you. It's seeing the separation. Yeah. And to do that, you can't be looking from the actor. It's blind to seeing that separation. It continually will try to get out of self as self. You could talk about it. You could have the greatest illustration of self, and it's not going to get it. Yeah. Because it's a program, and that program doesn't have that app. Yeah. So you learn enough about self, and that knowledge of self is valuable because you see it's not you. Yes? Let's call the alcoholism drenched self. And then now you're in sobriety. And maybe what happened with me the first few years, which flipped me out, because in this life as the action figure, when I was young, the narrative was a policeman narrative. Like when I was 4 and 5 and stuff, I never talked at my first grade, got 98 marks and shit. Then when I realized the bad kids were getting more attention, I switched. And then the thief narrative became the dominant narrative. Yeah. And then when I got finally sober, I thought, wow, the thief narrative has been subdued, but the police narrative grew back. Yeah, I said, fuck this. So the first 4 years of sobriety, I was on like a self-controlled probation. It was really it really wasn't that super great. And then I saw uh, that I'm neither. There's a silent voice I can be directed by. Yeah, it doesn't have to be because the policeman and the thief are from the same family. Yes. Yes. So I got wax sober, came into sobriety. That which was constantly revealing stuff to me continued to reveal stuff to me. And one of the things it revealed to me was non-duality. Yes. I wasn't planning on, I never left AA. Yeah. No, left, left a, it's not a place. You can't, the only line you can cross is getting loaded, really. Yeah. Yeah. So, and the sobriety of my life brought about hearing the invitation of non-duality, which seemed like a completely perfect companion piece to recovery because it took me, it allowed me to see there's even a farther step back. Yeah. And that really, that which you called you and then recognize an actor, as soon as the surveillance of that actor gets to a certain point, it splits. And now it's you as an actor critiquing the actor. Yeah. And it's basically the same play. It's the same movie in a lot of ways. The the waves in the crazy ocean are down from 30 feet to 5 or 10, but you're still drowning in a lot of ways. Yes. And then you're asking, what the hell? I'm sober. What's going on? I believe, uh, I believe the acting is of a nature of two. It splits. Yeah. So once there's enough information and it becomes the observed, it switches and emphasizes that it's the new observer. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And you're basically getting the same newsletter in a lot of ways. The stories have changed, but the editor's the same, so to speak. So this is how I see uh, recovery and non-duality as emerging. Yes. And in time, I would say in most cases, recovery is necessary. Yes. For you to have the ears to hear non-duality. I do. Because if you don't, your ears are stuffed already. Yeah, you can't hear a fucking thing. You're in like radio silence, except for that one station of I, me, my. Yes, and I've watched people try to use non-duality as a substitute for recovery, and they get drunk. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah. So it's personal today for a few minutes, and there it is. I'm just presenting it. And I feel, and this is all in the time-space continuum. Of course, non-duality is nothing and everything. Yeah. But in the time-space reality, some things work because of what is put first and then stuff coming second. When you try to put something that comes second as first, it may not work. Yeah. And in our lives, recovery was essential in this case. Yeah. I could have heard the greatest fucking 11th dimensional metaphysical shortcut, and it would have been it would have been fucked up. Yeah, because I was occupied by something. Yeah, and it needs to go first. I mean, it's a beautiful house, but you have the bug man has to go in there because it's fucking infested with bugs. Yes, so I humbly believe if you're seemingly here and today is Tuesday and tomorrow will be Wednesday, I think first things first, yes? And in this case, if you have crossed the line and you're at an AA meeting, I would take that as a personalized invitation that this is the way it's going to work for you or it can work for you. Yeah? Yeah. And you don't know where it will lead. And but you will be led by something different than the head. Yeah. So yeah, I'm so stoked about it because I think a lot of people in sobriety and sometimes when they enter a lot of time, there's still an irritable, restless, and discontent. Yes. Yeah. And then sometimes they start having grievances about the people in recovery and whatever, and divisions, and then they have their private meetings and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like that is the second actor, pissing all over the situation. I really believe what's on offer, if you can see you're not two, which is non-duality, I feel what you would hope to stabilize, it's not going to stabilize as an experience. It's going to be it's going to stabilize as a recognition. Yeah. There'll be a knowing that this was hit. It hit me very heavily, this idea that there's a knowing in us. Yeah. And I went to see this guy in India, Ramesh Balsekar, and he was given a talk, and at that time he was tired of the normal people that were there, so they would see if anyone was new and they would put you in front of him because he wasn't interested in talking to everyone that was keep coming every day. So I was there new, so he directed it to me, and he's going, "Hey, Paul, do you have where you live, do you have a place to live where you're from?" I go, "Yeah." And he says, "All right, do you work?" Well, I said, "Not much," but says, "Well, let's just say you do, just for this example." So, so he says, "All right, when you leave home for work, do you forget that you have a home?" And I go, "No, I don't." And he says, as the day gets later and you're still at work, do you forget that you have a place to live? No, I don't. He says, what happens if you stay overtime? Does more time make you forget that you have a place? No, I just have a knowledge that I have a place to live. He says, what about if your job sent you to Europe? Would distance cause you to forget you have a place to live? No, I don't. It wouldn't. How about if you had went around the world? No, I wouldn't. Yeah. So he was talking about, so Here is what we call the conscious presence. Yeah. Well, let's say the personal presence. And the personal presence is driven by a knowing of the impersonal presence, which is always available at all times, right? Right where you are. That knowing is leaking into our lives. Yeah. It's leaking into the way we see things and changing things. And then when I came in AA, I truly believed you could not trust me as far as you could throw me. And now, uh, I'm like on the elevator at the first floor, and that yapping is on the third floor elevator. Yeah. It has to go through the walls I can hear it, but I'm not listening to it. Yes. And there's a knowing that the spiritual condition is the condition that you're in. Yeah. That you are. And you really have a knowing that the mental condition is made up and manufactured. Yeah. And that knowing, the surface, you can be fucked. The surface, you can try to be unfucked. All this, all that. But underneath, yeah, there's a knowing and it's a knowing that the head does not want to know. Yeah. But there is a knowing. And I believe sobriety and the spiritual solution triggers that knowing. It's almost like an ancient yes. Yeah. And that to me, uh, what holds the boat isn't trying to stay still on the surface, it's the anchor. Yeah. The anchor is underneath the surface and it finds some solidity and it anchors there and it allows you to stay steady in the surface. To try to stay steady in the surface as the surface, it doesn't fucking work. Yeah. So there is a solution and it's not mental. Yeah. And what most of the solutions, where do our decisions come from? Self. Yeah. What's imposing all the calamity in our lives? Self. Yeah. What's manufacturing the misery? It ain't you. You're a factory, let's say, and you can manufacture a lot of stuff. What that what the factory's going to manufacture is what the boss of the factory wants. Yeah. And when self is the boss of your factory, you manufacture a misery. You manufacture resentment. You manufacture grievance. Yeah. If you change the owner, the boss of the factory can make love and tolerance, gratitude, and the ability to enjoy peace of mind and understand peace and or serenity. All this, yeah. Same factory, same uh, engines, same machines, but they're being directed by different employers. Yeah. Just like the thing about the driven. We're all one of the cars that is driven, but the driver, there's only two options. And they say the better way is to trust the infinite rather than the finite self. The other way was trusting the finite self at the expense of the infinite. Yeah, there you go. It's a shift you can't make, but the program will make it for you. That's its point. Its point is to have a spiritual awakening. That's why you do the steps. After having done the steps, you've had a spiritual awakening. You have been restored to sanity concerning the insanity that precedes the first drink. Now, if you'd like, why not adopt the agenda of recovery, which is to be available to other people who want to achieve recovery and to try to practice these principles that we've learned in recovery in all our affairs. And if you can't, limit your affairs. Yeah. What you can't do now, you may be able to do later, unless it's concerning drinking. Yeah. Yeah. So there you have it today. I was just on me for a little while because you just recognize it in the community. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people have a lot of knowledge about the actor, and maybe they even have some space between themselves and the actor, but that space is now a ruler from the one actor to the other actor. Yes. Yeah. So, Miss Volkmann, release the Krakens. I think we left Miss Volkmann. Well, see,
Paul,
yes,
Do you hear me now?
oh,
Sorry.
can I say something?
yes,
Miss Volkmont,
Yes.
I just want to say that was amazing. Thank you so much. Uh, I think we gotta totally mark this video, save it, put it to the front, 5-star it, however you, whatever you do for the ratings here. Amazing. And you reminded me of that 25 and a half years ago when I first started reading the big book, and that I was being selfish even when I was being kind and virtuous. Floored me.
yes,
Totally changed my life. That little bit of information.
yes,
And you pointed at it. You said it today, like how crucially important that information is. Thank God I got it. I
yes,
do. So yeah, like, honestly, changed my life. Real looking at myself in that light of, because I was always nice. I was always doing what I thought people wanted me to do. I was always saying yes and doing people favors. And all of a sudden, I recognized that the motive behind it. This is what was pointed out to me. The motive was I want them to like me. Like, ugh, it was wallowing in this uh, doormatism. And I've been working my way back out of that for 25 and a half years, but non-duality just sealed the deal of comfort, relax. There's nothing I have to worry about any day. I just wake up and see what's going to happen today. The only thing scheduled mostly is social events and Zooms with you guys. So anyway, you inspired me to say something today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Yes, yes. Doormatism. Yes. There was a great joke once. There was like a guy, Matthew had such low esteem, he got a job as a speed bump. You got to be careful with the actor because if it believes something, uh, it has a drive to want to prove it. Yeah. So if it believes that you are wrong, it wants to really be right about that. And it could take chapters of your life in that pursuit. Literally. When just get a ghostwriter and you'll be much happier, much more happy. All right. Well, thanks, Kathleen. Always a pleasure. John Kay, if Miss Volkman, I think, wants to come in.
Hi, Paul.
Uh,
Hi.
Sorry, I just wanted to announce John Kay.
Yes,
John, come on.
I was looking up some of the quotes that you toss out every now and then. One that's seemingly from the Course of Miracles, A Course in Miracles, and the where um, the quote is firm in faith in that which I am not.
Yes.
What came up was a poet by the name of Gerard Manley Hopkins. I put it in the chat. 1844 to 1889. The full stanza reads, I am a restless thing, never at peace. Yet for a world's grief I dare not weep. Firm in faith in that which I am not, I stand forever. I thought you would be interested in looking at that.
Yes. Well, the part that comes from the rest of that in the course is they're going over through a description of what we're not, and they come to a point where it says, firm in faith in this something else that your head has made to be yourself. They say you have made to be. I don't believe you do it. I believe the head does. So I'm going to say how I would say it. So firm in faith in this something else the head has made to be yourself. That is what they were calling the actor in that page or two in the big book. Yes? The head has made the actor up. And what's driving it is a lot of fucking faith. And that's why perhaps a better way is to trust the infinite rather than finite self, because we're under a giant action of trusting finite self. Yeah. We're not doing it. We've sort of given up that role. We're out to lunch. Something has taken us over. And the parasite now directs the faith, and it directs the faith into the head. Yeah. And we become abjectly faithful to the head, which is that spiritless servility, that what abjectly faithfulness to the head will produce inevitably. Yes. You give it enough time, it is always going to lead to the same condition, which is a spiritless servility. Yeah. So firm in faith in this something else that we have made to be ourselves. Yeah. We did not make it to be ourselves. The head has already made it to be ourselves. And it just keeps fucking playing a narrative as if that's so. And if you listen to the narrative, you get into this condition that you're that which is the narrative is all about. Yeah. Yeah. So the narrative makes the man. The man doesn't have a narrative. The narrative is making the man. Yeah. Are you happy with that man or woman it's made? Yeah. If you're not, you can be remade by something else. Yeah. Which would be the higher power. Isn't that what we do when we make the third step decision? Yeah. We make a decision to turn our will and life over to the care of a higher power or a power greater than self. Yes? Because somehow it had been put in the care of self. And now we want someone to intervene and to break that contract and write and rewrite it. Yeah? And now put the faith that we represent into the infinite instead of putting it into the finite self. And the program has the ability to complete that contract where no other human power could. Yeah. That's what we sign up for. So if you're on the operating table, it can turn into a chaise lounge because you're going to be in it for a long time. Yeah. At first, it seemed like a cold little slab. Now you got very comfy in it. Yeah. You're just walking around. I mean, it's like a great lazy boy. Yes, at times. Yes. Yeah. So read page 53, 54. We had great faith in the God of reason. Yeah. Yeah. The God of reason is not you. Yeah. You are represented by faith in that statement. You're not represented as the God of reason. It's not you that's playing God. Something is playing God on you, literally. Yeah. It's using your juice to fuck with you. Unbelievable. Yeah. We can't reclaim it ourselves. If we could, we would. But recovery can reclaim it. It can dive in that muck and bring it back up to the surface. You can't do it. You're going to drown. Yes? This is the whole point of admitting the dilemma of powerlessness. Yeah? You're outmatched. My mother loved the hell out of me. She couldn't do it. The state was sick and tired of me. They couldn't do it. The nurses that had so much compassion couldn't stop me from coming there again because I was going to have a consequence from what I was living as. Yeah. But something has, and it is now. So I don't rely on people at all. I rely on like a mechanic when I give him my car. But my life is not based on reliance on people. It's based on reliance on the higher power. Yeah. I have to rely on people in situations and stuff like that. And I do not like when I have to rely on an airline. Yeah. Because I have a place to go, that they're the only one that can take me there. I never like that feeling. And I don't like when they go after you've been on the tarmac for 3 hours. Oh, thank you for your patience. I'm not fucking patient about it. I don't particularly like relying on something that's unreliable. And maybe I got that attitude because I finally got a real solution in AA. What it's like to rely on something that's reliable. And a lot of the stuff that presents themselves as reliable in this life are not reliable at all. Yes? Really. So now I have a discerning thing. And, we're going to give you a $5 credit. You can get half of a latte at the fucking coffee shack for your 4 hours. No. But reliance on a higher power has worked. Yeah. Yeah. There's no false advertising in it. None. There's absolutely no advertising at all in it. It just produces the goods. Yeah. And you come to believe, like it says in step 2. You come to believe that a power greater than you can restore you to sanity. And you come to believe that a power greater than you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah. And now the head has a trouble rerouting the faith. Yes, it does. It can't do it. It can't reroute the faith. The faith has been given over to the higher power, and the head is constantly trying to reroute it back to itself. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you. Thanks, John K. Yes.
Hey, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know how to, I'm bad at computers. I don't know how to raise my hand, so I'll just, my name is Steve Butler, and I just moved to Novato not too long ago.
Wow.
And I was, my wife and I are, we're exploring non-duality. I was just, curious, do you have an AA meeting or meetings in Novato that you might recommend?
Yes.
Do you? Is
We
it
have
something
ones
you want to do
we have
online?
ones at the house.
Huh?
We have ones at the house.
Yeah, on Saturdays at 1 p.m. That's not
Saturday
really
1 and Wednesday night at 7 people come also for
Wednesday
dinner.
night at 7.
Yep. And then I like these noon meetings of AA, except for Monday. It's a weird program they have there. But these noon meetings at Nave Drive in Novato.
Okay.
And the Monday they have it on, the new meeting is at a place, a church on Novato Boulevard called Quest, I think. That's
Quest?
Yeah, that has a speaker.
Okay.
But I haven't been going to night meetings for a while, live ones,
Right.
unless I'm asked to go, Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
I do
maybe I'll.
like the Wednesday is the more populated one at noon and at Nave Drive. There's a lot of people there, a lot of old timers. Yeah. Yeah, I recommend that one. And then one of them is a book study, I think Thursday, and then Friday they do something else. So it's nice. But Wednesday isn't a speaker, except for one time a month. Wednesday has a lot of old timers. It's pretty good.
Wednesday, what time on Wednesday? Do you know?
Noon.
Noon.
These are all noon meetings.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on at night anymore.
All right. But people gather at your crib on a Wednesday at 7 p.m., huh?
Yes, come. I'll give you I think it's in the website. I can say it here.
All right.
Something.
I'll find it.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Okay.
On Saturday it says it where it is.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Thanks,
I
Paul.
hope to meet you live then.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, great. That was nice. Thank you, Steve. Do you know where any non-duality meetings are in Nevada? Yes. They seem to happen at my house. That's wild. I don't know anyone else though. I don't know. I'm not up on the current slate of non-duality teachers. But Novato isn't on the circuit, I don't think. All right. Well, anyone else? Sean from Tacoma, come on in.
Hey, Paul. So something I've noticed, right? You talk about like how many of there are me, right? How many of me are there, right? There's self, there's awareness. Notice though is that self is trying to take the position of awareness.
Yes.
It's like now I'm not self. I got that, but now I'm awareness. I'm awareness of self. But I'm aware of both of those.
Yes. You don't go leave awareness like with a lot of question marks.
Okay.
Yeah, don't have because you have no idea what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just it's a hollow statement. I'm awareness. That does,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Like, what is that?
Yes, exactly. So I think to me, it's in this direction, it's always what you're not.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes it
And
simple.
you'll find out the meaning of things like awareness and stuff like that. Yeah, you'll find out. You'll have a sense that's not a mental conceptual sense. You'll have a sense of something.
Okay, got it. Yep.
Yeah.
I've had a few whacks, so I have a sense of it.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a recognition. Today I took liberty to diagram something. There's no real truth in it, but I'm just saying how it appears. So I take the word I take the statement non-duality literally. Yeah,
Yes.
as a verb of not to. I don't talk, it's not a topic to me. Non-duality is an action, really. Yeah. So
Okay.
action is really seeing not to. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And
I think I have a felt sense for that too.
yes, yeah. And so you'll see that most people seeing one isn't enough. It doesn't really work well. Yeah.
Yes.
The self will just morph into a quote unquote spiritual self.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically,
Man. Oof.
yeah. So the one step, the head loves to pause it at the one step. If you just suspend that, the second step is the not to. Yeah. So it brings about, well, it doesn't bring anything about. It just reveals stuff that's already here. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to notice it. Yeah. But I found a condition that doesn't need maintenance is awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
basically, our I feel the fundamental condition that we are, there's no maintenance necessary. It's truly the self-driving whatever. It's yeah. So other stuff, when it was the one, like not one, there was a lot of maintenance, a lot of work. You had to be mindful and watch constantly. That to me was another form of slavery. Really.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've completely surrendered that I'm in Nevada.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm in Tacoma. I get it.
There you go. Yes.
Right on. There's no alternative, right? I mean,
No.
no. All right. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Anyone else or?
No one has their hand up.
All right, I want to read this thing on page 53 again, just because I like it. The bottom of 53 in We Agnostics. Since we've been doing the Zooms, there's been so much mining of We Agnostics. I can't, all the years before, yeah, it's just amazing how much there is in this chapter. So again, it starts at the end of the page 53. That was natural, but let us think a little more. What was natural was explained the other paragraphs. It's not essential, that part. So it says that was natural, but let us think a little more closely. I would just say, well, let us look a little more closely. I don't like let us think a little more closely. Thinking when it's called mine is close enough. I don't want, I'd like to have space there. But let's say, I'm going to change the word. So let us think, let us look a little more closely. That would be bringing in awareness or consciousness. Yeah. Without knowing it. Wow. So this is a very important statement, without knowing it, because a lot of shit that goes on is going on without knowing it. Like we're out to lunch, and that's manufactured. We're meant to be neutralized from the parasite's point of view. We're not meant to be enlivened. We're meant to be neutralized. Yeah. Without knowing it, had we not been brought to where we stood. All right, so you would say that's all the time, yeah? Because you're standing or sitting or laying somewhere all day, yeah? So what brought us to wherever we seem to be right now, yeah, is a certain kind of faith. What? Yes. So this to me is when they're under the hood and they're telling you the fuel of our life, and it's faith. Faith. Faith is what allows things to manifest. And faith is what is allows things that aren't so to appear to be so. This is the magic trick of the head. This is the false evidence that appears real. False evidence appears real to that which is real, which is us. Yeah. The only way false evidence can appear real, it has to appear real to what's real. Because it's basically false evidence. But if what's real is in a state of not knowing it, it can give its reality to something that's not real, which is constantly going on. The head is giving a reality to a molehill and making it a mountain constantly all day. Yeah. So that is the act of faith on us. The act of faith is on us at that point. We're being beaten down by that faith of molehills being made into mountains. Yeah. So without knowing it, had we not been brought to where we stood by a certain kind of faith, okay? So they basically say faith, you want to name it some way or another, is before everything. Yeah. For did we not believe in our own reasoning? thinking, yes? So did we not believe in our own thinking? Question mark. Did we not have confidence in our ability to think? Question mark. Yeah. Now they're right there looking into the soup. Yeah. What was that but a sort of faith? So when someone says they have no faith, there's faith in that. Yeah. You can't get before faith. You come after faith. Yeah. You try to act like you have faith in the world, but really faith is before any faith you've ever had. Yeah. Yeah. So did we not have confidence in our ability to think? What was that but a sort of faith? Yes, we have been faithful, abjectly faithful, abjectly spiritless servility. So an abject faith in the head produces spiritless servility. Yeah. When you're in spiritual civility, you'd like to forget you're in spiritual civility. Maybe having a drink, doing some this, doing some that. Because your constant agenda now is to forget you're in spiritless civility. Because it fucking sucks. Yeah. Yes, we have been faithful, abjectly faithful to the God of reason. So in one way or another, meaning every way, we discovered that faith had been involved all the time. Perhaps there's a better way. Having faith in the infinite rather than faith in the finite self. They use the word trust, but what the fuck is that? It's faith. It's another way of saying it. Yeah. Faith. Faith is the driving force of our life. Yeah. Who's driving the faith is what's important. You obviously are not. You are not driving the faith. It's either the higher power or the lower power. Yeah. Don't you have enough evidence what the lower power does with faith in it? And now, don't you have enough evidence what the higher power will do with faith in it? They look quite different, don't they? Same faith, completely different results. Yes. Exact same faith. There's not self-faith and higher power faith. There's faith in the higher power or faith in self. Yeah. Faith is before the higher power and faith is before self. Faith is neutral. What puts it where? Yeah. If you recognize the faith has been in the finite self, and you also recognize your powerlessness to change that, then surrender is the availability. Surrender. Yes. Follow these suggestions that we have in the program, and there will be a shift of faith from the self to the infinite. Yeah. And you will be the better for it. There you go. Yeah. So yes, I think that's it for today, unless another question. I would, yeah, mark this one, Kathleen, yes. The weave. You gotta, once you get a taste of faith, you'll see that every product in this whole world has an ingredient of faith in it. Every one of it, everything. Yeah. A dreaming could not seem real unless there was faith. Yeah. Just like you have faith in a dreaming while you're asleep at night, that faith gets removed from it when you wake up in the morning. Yeah. That faith that was fueling a huge fear of the tiger that was appearing in the dream, now you're not having any fear of that tiger because you now have faith that it wasn't real. Yes? Where when you were super afraid, you had faith it was real. You immediately are given faith in the morning that it wasn't real. And now the big problem of the tiger, how am I going to deal with it? The problem's gone because the reality of it's gone. The reality was given to it and the reality was taken away from it. By what? Faith. Do you really want to be the one that goes into the market and picks up every piece of fruit and vegetable and decides which one? Why not fucking send the higher power? Yeah, and your fruit cocktails will be great. They will. The way they cut them, the way it looks, I never mix passion fruit and then, oh wow, it's delicious. Yes, you'll be fucking surprised. You got a new chef. It's not rice and beans and be happy about it. It's gonna be, he'll make 20 different dishes out of rice and beans. The fucking head doesn't do shit. Yeah. The head is so myopic. Try to think differently. Let's see how you do. Do you have 12 different ways of thinking? No. It's pretty grooved in. Yeah. And basically, right now, you're just going through a rinse wash cycle, aren't you? All freaking day. Same thoughts, same feelings, same reactions, same this, same that, on and on and on. Yeah. Wouldn't you love it if someone came there and said, you can lift that up from the other side? What? Yes. It'll be much lighter. The way you see is only this way. Something can allow you to see in a different manner. Yeah. Yeah. Just admit your blindness. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye, I guess, today, Martin. I like that color that's behind you. It's good. Nice color. Zen bitch slap. I've seen Paul before. I've tried to say goodbye to Paul quite a lot. Kathleen, thank you. Vlad, as always, nice to see you, Vlad. Sean, yeah. Mr. Tom, Tacoma, John K., thank you for the Miss Volkman. She's the keeper of the furnace. I love it. I get a lot of light. I get a lot out of that light. It's really awesome. Yeah. Mr. Mueller, Roman Mueller, closer to the radiator. There he goes. Yes. Yeah. Mr. Florida John. Nice to see you, John. As always, really. Matthew, another day of sobriety. Wow. You're ahead of me today. About 9 hours. How is it? How's the day going to be sober? Good? Yeah, all right. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. Linda.
I've got my Titanic here, Paul.
You what?
My Titanic. Well, I've lost interest in changing seats on it.
Oh, the Titanic. That's great. Wow. Yeah. That's right. Go down with the ship. It's wonderful there. Chris B. Nice to see you, Chris, as always. Mitesh. Mr. Mitesh. Betty in Nevada. Nice to see you, Betty. Joseph in France. Always a pleasure, Joseph. Saraswati. Mia. Marilyn, Tallahassee, Danny, nice to see Danny, Alex, John B. in Glastonbury, Travis, nice to see you, brother. I can't get to the other page, so take a collective goodbye. Nice to see you guys. We'll be here later on at 4:30 Pacific time on the second stage of the demise of the imaginary actor. That which doesn't live appears 2 times. Wow, that's trippy. All right, thank you. See you guys.
Thanks.